We're live on YouTube.
All right, y'all, come on over to YouTube right now and count me down, Tiffany.
And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah. Can I get a standing ovation for the authentic voice of culture? We are Tkbs, and I'm giving Tiffany one flower at a time. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, listen, sometimes you can give people bouquets. I know it was just Valentine's Day. Hopefully you got some flowers and some of what you needed to, you know what I'm saying, get energized and help your skin stay clear. How was your Tiffany? How was your Valentine's Day?
I had fun, and I also had other fun.
Okay. Well, what's the other fun? You know your grandkids watch this show, so I would be can you put the camera on her, please, Ron? Please put the camera.
No, okay, I got hoes.
I want you to experience what I experience daily, and I just want to say how you doing, TKBS Nation. You all right? Did you have fun this weekend? I had an amazing time. Actually, I went to Scott's Antique Show. I don't know if you live in Atlanta and have heard of Scott's Antique Show. When I tell you, I love finding old shit. You know what I'm saying? Vintage things. We found some African masks. Not masks, I'm sorry. We found some African, what's that called? Shields, literal shields. They were from Cameroon. They got African, I think they had like 2 or 3 of them. They have 2 different north and south places. And then what else did I find? I found, Jessica loves crystal. So she found a crystal vase. What else I get? I can't tell you what else I got because she watches this. And then I'll be telling on myself because I snuck back. Oh, and she got a mirror. Jessica found this mirror. Oh, my God. This mirror is in $160. The mirror looked like it cost $5,600. Round of applause. Big shout out to Jessica Burns. Jessica Burns is the high-low queen. I am so thankful she don't spend money like me. You hear me? I am so thankful that we don't have 2 motherfuckers that gotta have it because it wouldn't be cool. But Tiffany, can you put the camera on yourself? What's these hoes you talking about?
You know what? No, so fun fact, I actually went viral over the weekend because
what?
Yes.
You gotta ask permission before you go viral. You get us locked up.
It was on Threads because there was a question that they said. They was like, hey, people over 40, drop a video or a GIF describing your 30s.
Tiffany, what video?
So I used Millie Jackson where she said
when she was grabbing everybody?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't like it. Make it stop. Tiffany, what is wrong? I just want y'all to know when I met Tiffany, she was a recovering sexaholic. You are a Scorpio too, ain't you?
Yes, and it's a process. It's a process.
Tiffany, I just think you like the bullshit. You with all the bullshit.
Okay, so
yeah, talk to us. Please.
So no, for real. Listen, to that point, yes, I am with the shit. And you know what, ladies, we have to admit that because we be like, why we attract these Asian niggas? Sometimes it's because we with the shit, and I realize
that's all you
that.
Like, Tiffany. And that's all you like is ain't shit niggas.
See, here you go. I like crazy, sexy, cool was my type. You know what I'm saying? But now they gotta have at least a yeah. You know.
Okay, you know what? I'm starting to feel a way about that because I have been a positive reinforcement in your life to see how a man's supposed to move.
No, fact.
But you go meet a nigga with gold teeth at Publix, and then, you know what I'm saying, you got come on, put the camera on yourself now.
See, you doing too much. You doing too much, but no fact.
I didn't say his name.
But no, this is why I said I had to, this 2026 is the year of me focusing on me. I am going to not be doing anything but saying yes to things outside and having fun. Now, I mean outside in a good way. Like I'm going skydiving and stuff that I want to do.
What?
Yeah, I am going to go bungee jumping for real.
Wow. Okay. What nigga you just met that got you wanting to skydive and bungee jump?
You know what? I have been wanting to do that. For my 18th birthday, I actually did bungee jump. You know, then I almost went skydiving in college, but my college editor for our newspaper took the opportunity for himself to go. So I got bumped out of that. But yeah, I've always been like a kind of like adrenaline junkie going down zip lines and stuff. It's just when you got kids, you start thinking about, you know. So.
Okay, well, you got grandkids now, nigga. I need you to be there for your grandkids. And I need you to tape it. So when you do it, yeah. Tiffany off a bungee jump and out of airplane. We have to. We must see that. All right. And now Ladies and gentlemen, getting this week's episode TKBS Live. I'm just amazed at a few things that are transpiring with these Epstein files. And the main thing that is shocking the shit out of me is these pictures. Now, Tiffany told me these pictures of Epstein ain't Epstein, they AI, right? But I don't know. You dig what I'm saying? Because they also got these pictures that just surfaced of Ghislaine Maxwell in jail, and that's not her face. Is that AI too, Tiffany? I got to know. I need to know.
No, those images of Ghislaine in jail are actually pictures of her. Now, to your point, allegedly her, yes. And to your point about the conspiracy theories, they are theorying after seeing those files because of all of the massive cover-ups that's taken place, and the fact, to your point of why we got our eyes open, okay, is that one of the emails revealed that there was a press release already put in place that Epstein had already died, but they didn't say anything of, the offing himself, but it said he was already gone the day before. So yes, the conspiracy theories are theorying.
Well, I'm an informationist. I once went down a conspiracy theory rabbit hole, but now I'm an informationist, and my conspiracy is that all this shit true. All this shit is true. Ghislaine Maxwell ain't in jail. Epstein did not hang himself. He is in Israel. And if he ain't in Israel, he's somewhere chilling. You hear me? Because none of this shit makes sense, bro. And the fact that it is all centered around trafficking children blows my mind. Now, I don't know if y'all got a chance to see Governor Westmore last night on CBS of all channels. CBS, I was like, oh shit, and they ain't censoring them or nothing. Because y'all know CBS done went to hell in a handbasket with the new ownership. But I was listening to Westmore speak, and he is so intelligent. But I think there are way more leaders that need to start bucking the system in a way where you just don't give a fuck like this president. And I'm talking about topically, y'all. I get politically correct, and I want to shout out Westmore for being, a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Having some class. You dig what I'm saying? But when he get the goddamn roll in his head, I'll be waiting for motherfucker, try me. I got my own National Guard. Because going back to the theory of the United States, it was these independent states that joined the Union and have certain rights that are independent from this national leadership. So I know we're going to get there. I don't know if it's in our lifetime, because we have some people right now in a party, that is the Democratic Party, that are choosing to show decorum, that are choosing to have some level of class. And we need it now. Let's not act like we just ready to go donkey, because going outside your house and a missile dropping 2 blocks away, or some niggas putting up with some guns, trying to run in, y'all not ready for all that. Everybody relax. All you fake Black Panther Party members and what you gonna do in the case, y'all niggas want your motherfucking Whole Foods run, your Publix run, get your motherfucking coffee from Starbucks, your smooth. You're not ready for all that. But I do think, and by the way, Obama was just on it. I don't know if you believe in aliens, but Obama was just on the podcast. Said, yeah, there are aliens. He said it like he knew more than he was willing to share with me. Tiffany, come on, you're itching on me. Tiffany gets to having Tourette's when I say certain shit.
No, because this is why. You know why? Because I love, now I know that.
Subscribe to our YouTube.
Ain't that subscribe? Come on now. Come on. But no, the reason why is because I like when facts prove people correct.
Right.
I do. And it's not about being right, but people be out here spitting facts, and then you get the documentation to back it up. To your point, which is why I'm over here doing like this. We talked, because we talked about not only the aliens conspiracy, and you said that you thought that they're real, and there has been in the last dump presidency where they released those documentations showing that as well, that technology is correct. Back that up with what we saw in those files about the occult and what they're using and things like that. It's facts. But also a bigger point beyond that too is something else you pointed out with talking about Governor Westmore as well, is him and Jen, I think his name is Gene Wu out of Texas.
Uh-huh.
Both of them are standing 10 toes down of not only talking about states' rights, but they're also talking about how people of color need to unite because we all have one common oppressor. And they're both just talking about like, hey, we need to show that there's strength in numbers. So that's something you said about episode 55, I think, with the Dear Black Men.
Yeah.
And you were saying that we need to come together in unity because it's time for us to build our community up because we can't rely on everybody else.
I love it. Tiffany ain't just ratchet, y'all. She's actually educated. And I love that side the best. And I also love the fact that you brought up episode 55 because, you know, even in that episode, I talked about black men ain't the only people oppressed. They showing white people they don't care about you either. It is not about color. It is about power. Power and everything that come with it. Look at the structure of what's going on right now. This man has made over $1.5 billion as the president of the free world, leader of the free world in a year. This is the year. All the tariffs, all the moves he's made for his family will benefit them for years to come based on agreements he's placed in the Middle East, so forth and so on. Do we not? I mean, it's one of them things. Okay, cool. We know we're going to swing the House back to Democrat. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry, the House, the Senate, and the presidency, as far as I'm concerned. But bigger than party, it's about who believes in humanity now. Like anybody coming into office next got to believe in humanity. Look at the processed food. I think what's the dude, RFK? What's the dude in office? RFK. I think the dude in office right now. Yeah, RFK. Over the health. Yeah, health department. Yep. RFK is an interesting fellow. No. That motherfucker interesting. He cut the fuck up at 80 years old. Okay, he could do. I don't know if I can do. Yeah, I can. There's no way this man would beat me in the pull-up contest, but it looked like he possibly could compete at that age. He talked like somebody ripped his vocal cords out and put them back. But he'd be right on this processed food. He'd be right on certain things, right? Because the idea, and listen to me, I don't agree with him, nor do I support anything that's in the movement, but facts are facts. We are dying at a rapid rate because of the food we eat. We are catching these disease, heart disease, all these things because of the processed food we eat. This is a fact. But it seemed like Donald Trump is rewarding every company that's harmful for us. Drill, baby, drill. Coal. All these things is not conducive for us to live a functional life. I'm talking about long-term life. I just saw, I don't know if y'all watch, what's my show, 60 Minutes on Sunday. But they had they call them the babies, 3 survivors of the Holocaust. Mothers were pregnant when they couldn't be pregnant because Jewish women were getting killed for being pregnant in these concentration camps. They lived off 1 soup a day and some water. Had babies, functional babies that are 80-something years old. And they said that the parents lived to their 90s. What's the difference? Now, they lived off of goddamn air with a little bit of nourishment in them camps, went on to live fruitful lives, grandchildren, the whole thing. But what you think they ate? They ate things that weren't mass-produced for consumption. They ate things that were grown on farms when the idea of a farm would be, when farm to table was real. It ain't farm to table. You can't tell me it's this much organic shit. Where is it at? I want to know. I need to know. You feel what I'm saying? They ate hamburgers. They ate bacon and lived to 90-something years. So I don't know where I was going with that. Because Tiffany got educated on me. I felt like I need some education. You want me? Come on, because you're itching again, goddammit. Stop itching.
Well, no, because, a lot of things have been proven. And so part of that, too, which Ron and I were actually talking about it before the show, that's intentional. With RFK, yes, he is correct on the Whole Foods, but that is something that Michelle Obama had pushed during the Obama administration.
That was one of her whole missions.
Exactly. Yeah. And people were like so upset about, we don't have Doritos in the school. Well, that's why, because that stuff is killing us. But that was also something that was passed through the Reagan administration, where this motherfucker classified ketchup as a part of the food group. I mean, Facts. You get what I mean? So we have that type of thing. But then also, too, the bigger reason on why we got to look at why we're having that type of shift in this nation is it's to bankrupt us. That's all it is. Whenever they're talking about it's to bankrupt us, it's to make us sick. We have things being spilled in water. All of these, to going back to KB's point, is trying to put a price tag on things in general, things that are basic needs and basic things. We're going to end up having to pay for it. Why do you think that Trump stripped the EPA protections?
I mean, he's stripping so much. It's so much being stripped for real, though.
For those AI data centers that Elon Musk and all of them paid for, because, and guess whose environment is hurting? Ours. And not only that, to KB's bigger point about the classes, and I keep having to go back to that because in 2023 and all of 2024, this was heavily your conversation. And so
I be trying, Tiffany. I really try. I really do. If you go back, if you rewind the tape, you do get all that.
And so now you're seeing exactly how dangerous it is when you're in a certain class. If you're poor, we're not going to be able to get clean water. We're not going to soon be able to get clean air. We're going to have to pay exuberant prices for whole foods and organic foods. So I'm telling you, like, this is one of those situations where as a nation, whether you're black, white, yellow, brown, as they used to say in the 70s, everybody should be sitting up here at those your community meetings and paying attention, because it's bigger than white and black, red or blue now. It's actually like the state of America's in trouble.
Come on, give a round of applause to Tiffany. When she be on her shit, she be on her shit. And then she go put a mask on and be a fucking savage out in these streets. But if you do like Doritos, by the way, I go to Whole Foods and I get the late July. Is it late July chips? Oh my God. Is it late June or late July? One of them two. They do not endorse anything here. I'm just telling you, I love them, and they are all natural as chips can be. Okay, great. Another thing to your point about the Elon Musk thing, that's why you ain't heard from that motherfucker. They started out the administration, gave him that title. He wanted to put them AI data centers up, and big shout to Memphis. Y'all need to know what's in y'all backyard. Y'all got one of them. It's putting shit in the air right now that you can't come back from. All right, enough of politics. I know we got some more things that I sent you I want to talk about. What are they, Tiffany?
Yes, I was about to say, first of all, you do eat that good Whole Foods, and that's why you out here running 7-minute miles, and why Obama is sitting
Tiff.
And why President Obama was sitting courtside catching the balls like it's nothing. Come on.
Pause. He did not catch balls. He catch a ball. Tiffany, I don't know where your mind go. Tiffany, put the camera on yourself. Where does your mind go? Catching balls on the sideline.
Look, I was just excited at the standing ovation of our real president, and that, that's why the shitty went mad. Yeah. But yes, I was so happy when he caught that ball. I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and put these homemade brownies down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. See that? Child, sometimes shit just, Big shout out to Kendra, though. It is President's Day. Happy Obama Day. Okay? I don't care what nobody got to say about that man. He is a great example of a black family man who happened to lead the free world. With all its imperfections, he managed to survive it, thrive through it, and is showing up for his people still. Do you see anybody else welcome like he is welcome at any function that's been president of the United States of America? You wild as shit, though. On the sideline catching balls. What else? I sent you earlier, child, that we want to talk about with the nation.
Now, the big story that everybody's talking about is how we got ops in the media circle.
Ops in the media circle?
Yes. So Threads and everybody else in the black community where we talk has been popping with the Shade Room admitting that they're ops. The president, the owner of Shade Room was in a recent interview, and they admitted. Now, mind you, most woke folks we spotted the jig during Kamala's presidency run because they weren't giving her favorable press, but they were bigging up Donald Trump all of a sudden. So people had started calling it out then, and for their anti-black stories, because it started having a slant.
So they taking money from the man?
Yes, they are the only black publication that is admitted into the White House, and the owner of
Shade Room.
Yes, and the owner of the Shade Room then said on record that at first they were pushing content that was Democratic leaning, but now they saw based off the numbers that it wasn't really what everyone was, and so she admitted that they're now pushing more right-wing content.
Wow, this is my thing. At some point, it can't be about the money. I mean, it just at some point It can't be just about the money. Is that true? A black woman own that company. I want to support her, even though Ball Alert to me is a better platform.
And it is. And it is.
I'm just speaking the truth. I mean, maybe it's because my sister and best friend, and I love her to death. But are you kidding me? That's the whole reason that Robin created Poly Alert. And it was not to support nothing in politics. It was to identify the problems and what we need to fix and giving you real-time information. I'm not mad at nobody doing that. But dog, the support of, the amplification of, child, give me some more stories that ain't got nothing to do with politics. I know I sent you something else. What I send you earlier? Come on now.
Oh. And the best one for last is
put it on your face.
My fault. No, the last story. See, I was trying not to raise folks' blood pressure.
Come on.
But Sexy Red.
Oh, I hate that mother.
Trying to take MJ's classic, iconic song, Beat It. And she did even worse than Weird Al, in my opinion. But
give me the goddamn camera. Give me this camera right here. I don't hate you, whatever your government name is. But Sexy Red can go to hell. I don't even believe that they allowed that to be online as long. Michael Jackson's estate needs to take that offline. If you do not know what we are talking about, TKBS Nation, Sexy Red made what is the word? She fucked up Beat It is what she did. Oh, she tore that song up and she named it Eat It. But she dead serious. It ain't even like Weird Al Yankovic. She wants to put that song out into the world. Can you give me the middle camera, please? When are we going to stop, y'all, allowing this stuff to even come out? Who is in charge? It got to be some metrics and some systems in place to protect people from that bullshit. It's just not even acceptable, let alone it's trash. It ain't good. Ain't no bop. It just got to be some system to keep these folk from existing. Now, I had an incredible interview yesterday that comes out next week. I was about to spill the beans. I can't even help myself. I had an amazing conversation. And in that conversation, this artist who's very relevant now also was aligned with the fact that it's just certain things that shouldn't come out. But then I hit him. I was like, but the problem is you got nerds running society. Don't take it personal, smart people. Those types of nerds are welcome. And I'm talking about the nerds that want to seek and destroy because they never felt like they were a part of the, you know what I'm saying, of society. You got people like, what's the boy name? Zuckerberg, that created a whole platform that runs the world, essentially creating his own community because he couldn't get no pussy. Think about that. Take a second and breathe. Someone created a community and an algorithm that now runs the world because they couldn't get the girl. Jeff Bezos created a very viable, much needed business. Started with books, but realized this service can help every type of industry, but it's also killing a lot of industries. And instead of staying on the right side of history because money is power, you go on the side with the man. Tim Cook, I respect you. You do a lot that's on the right side of history. And Apple is a very much needed technology in this day and age. But sometimes you just got to cut the motherfucking line. Put the line and then separate. Showing up for this man is participating in his madness. Zuckerberg, you too. You on the right side of history for a lot of it. But the problem I have with people that are frustrated with the world as we know it and then create their alternative worlds is that you're not in that process as they're thinking about how it's going to exist, ladies and gentlemen. You are not a part of that process. And we're witnessing a human do it in real time with this president of the United States of America. This is a real thing. And that's what I mean by frustrated nerds running culture. Culture is cool. And the artist, quite frankly, that I was interviewing tried to put himself in that weird, awkward category. I said, no, nothing comes out of someone spiritually and puts them in the nerd department in my department. That's cool. Even if you felt awkward about it. Because who you are today is that. And that's called transformation, ladies and gentlemen. You can't transform from an ideology and then execute that ideology and then want to come back and be all right with the regular people, the folk that don't have the means, don't have the access, don't have the intelligence. I just be confused. And listen, it wasn't always common sense to me either. It really wasn't. But we here now, and you got to make a choice. If someone supports Donald Trump at this stage, I cannot have them on my platform. I cannot support them. Well, Kenny, Whole Foods, I ain't never seen nothing on Whole Foods that said. You know what I'm saying? Whole Foods is owned by Amazon now, right? And Amazon does support them. So I really got to rethink those goddamn Doritos. Those late June chips. Well, come on, talk to me, Tiff. Walk me off the ledge.
Look, don't feel bad because, again, Ron and I were talking about that earlier, and I'm so glad we had that conversation. Because to your point, with the release of those files, the connecting of the dots.
Hey, iBoogs, I see you, by the way, baby. I'm sorry. I just want to say hi. Hi, iBoogs. She's on Instagram.
Oh, and
come
Steve.
on over to YouTube, y'all.
And Steve Russ.
Oh,
what
Steve
up,
Russ, I love you. What's up, champ? Detroit, what up, though?
There you go. Look, had to get y'all shouted out. But no, to KB's point, like with the release of those files, with all of these dots being connected and all of these CEOs literally being a part of this massive global ring, everybody's like, we got to let go and all this stuff. But the problem is that those same people, those same nerds, which is why if you look, like I know KB says things in jest, but if you listen to the meat of what he's saying, the reason why that nerd comparison and ideology is dangerous isn't just about women. Yes, that Red Pill Bros podcast and that misinformation and all that hate that we see online, that's them programming the algorithm because that's what they think about women. That doesn't mean it's facts. And that's why it's important of looking at the act that he's repealing and things like that, because these are things that feed us information. So to boycott everything would reset the nation. But the truth is that we aren't in a place, and I'm talking about every community by design, to be self-reliant. Because if we say, okay, no more Amazon, there's not enough local stores anymore because they've been bought out by corporations. We don't have, to Ron's point earlier, even with the way that we survived during Jim Crow and the Great Depression as a Black community, we don't have a lot of Black butchers in remote cities and things like that.
Did you say butcher?
Yeah, butchers to get real meat, because as we've all known, the FDA,
we need real cows to get real meat.
But and per those emails, okay, and per those emails though, human meat has already been in rotation. I mean, you get what I'm saying? We don't know what we're eating. And so we have to go to Black butchers, Black farmers, but they've been starved out by design. So we have to really think about what we need in our communities and start being true to who you are. Again, going back to KB's point. And I hate to it's not one of those type of episodes, but it is one of those episodes where we ain't Kamala. I'm going to tell you, I told you so.
Well, hold on. But I agree with that. And that's the whole point too. It's like, you can hold people accountable, right, by still supporting people that work at these places. So many Black people work at Amazon, at Meta. You know what I'm saying? And there's no way we can't support people that are employed. Again, I keep saying the word Hunger Games, the phrase Hunger Games. It's a real thing if we just stopped everything at once. Right? But we can hold people responsible. I use my platform to put it out there so you can have a conversation in your communities. And now it is time for a live, I'm slowing it down because Tiffany's getting the live from the comments section. There you go, Tiff. I thought she had Epstein and Ghislaine and was clean. Tiffany, I know we got some comments over there, baby. Talk to me.
Yes, sir. You already know
that. You see Ron hiding from the camera again.
Yeah, he on the side. Look, we should have showed it over there, but But no, the nation has been on fire in these comments. When I say they talking, they talking. And one of the comments that made a whole bunch of sense was from Tawana Thomas 27 Gift. Okay. And she says, hold on one second here. Oops. I lost it. Sorry, Instagram is tripping.
Tawana.
But Tawana said that pretty much what the gist of her comment was, we need to start having these conversations within our community, because with the design, with them doing these things on purpose, we have to get to the root of what our parents did in civil rights, like having dojos and things like that. So she was saying amen to being informative, but it's time to put some action behind it.
You know that the word dojo, that might go over your head, but in Black communities, karate was a thing back in the day. I don't know if y'all old enough to remember that, but a dojo, I thought matter of fact, the first time, big shout out to Detroit, what up, though? I got checked in for my goddamn starter jacket. Nigga, in my backpack, I had nunchucks, nigga. I was, nigga, you don't want this shit, nigga. They was like, nigga, give me that shit if I blow your motherfucker. I said, nigga, this shit is crazy. Take my nunchucks and my motherfucking starter. But I do want to say this too. You're absolutely right, Tawana, because at the end of the day, I feel like I'm writing this book. Y'all know it's coming out in June tentatively. And I'm so proud of it, because in this book, I get to give my mom her flowers. Like, my dad is no longer here. I have a chapter for him. It's going to resonate with you guys so much. I know a lot of us grew up, single parent homes, have dysfunctional relationships, so forth and so on. These 2 chapters in particular got me fucked up. And they are the first 2 chapters. But, to your point, it's like, everything I am is what I saw my mama do. The resilience. I might look at she be like, well, God damn it, I ain't had this. So I didn't, we didn't do this and that. But she never made me feel fucked up. And when you become an adult, you can look back and see what she actually had to go through so that we could be good and have and do the things. She called me her hot dog and bean baby. And when y'all read this story, you're going to really identify with it. All right, Tiffany, we got another comment over there.
Woo! I gotta give you hand claps.
Dojo.
I'm trying to lose comments every time, but no, I gotta applaud you for that, because I ain't ready to be vulnerable yet. Y'all, I can't even cry.
You better than you can. I've been trying to listen. When I leave, I hug Tiffany, and majority put the camera on your face while I say this. The majority of the time, she goes like a bobblehead. She's like, I'm like, why are you so uncomfortable? You hug me every day.
Listen, I admit I am a recovering thug, and don't get me started.
Jesus Christ. Okay, Tiffany, where are the comments? We need another comment.
All right, this one's
this girl, y'all. I'm telling you, this is my project job.
I'm just telling y'all, when you get Debo, you get it, okay? Yeah, this one's from Instagram. Big Pretty _Sky High 504 says, Black people are going to have to create their own products and leave this and make America great again matrix.
Something about making America great again. I just can't hear nothing after that. That's almost like a saying that just turns my whole face off. You know what I'm talking about? All right. More comments, please.
Of course, you know who Bryson is coming through.
Bryson, how you doing, Bryson? We love you. We appreciate you.
Period. And he said everybody is ready for the NAACP Awards next Saturday, because we getting ready for these festivities.
Ladies and gentlemen, the NAACP Awards are coming, and I'm hosting on behalf of P&G. I'm hosting the Creator Honors Carpet for the NAACP Awards with the Nisa, Brene, my baby, and it's gonna be a great time. So I'm gonna have that shit on. Y'all just wait for the outfit. But ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it for the comment section, and we got some shit to do in the office, so we're gonna be getting off. But before I leave you, I gotta give you "And As the World Turns" with Kenny Burns. Again, I'm writing this book, and I think grace is, my energy for you this week. Showing grace is a skill set in of its own. I know a lot of times we want to be reactionary. This person made us feel this way. These times make me think of the worst of things, or the worst of times. But grace is so necessary right now, because, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't decide in your mind, that includes showing yourself some grace. If you can't decide in your mind that's going to be all right, it ain't. It ain't. If you can't grasp within yourself, not anyone else's actions, what they did to you, what consistently comes with their voice, or you got to be okay in here before you can be okay in here. Ladies and gentlemen, accept that thought. Show grace to yourself. Show grace to the person. You might have to excommunicate a person from your surroundings, put them in the box, deal with them on your terms, but everybody deserves a little grace every now and then. You dig what I'm saying? Even crazy folk. No, this is what I'm telling you. I'm watching, what's it called? The Hunting Party. I just started watching The Hunting Party. And in The Hunting Party, They got these crazy motherfuckers that they put in this secret jail so they can learn their psychosis better. The whole point of the jail was that in this particular storytelling, they were saying that serial killers had went down by 90-some% because they wanted to study how these people thought, what made them react this way. I don't know what the fuck I was trying to get to, but there's a point in that. So rewind the tape, put the pieces together for yourself, and show me some grace. All right, go out there, be great. I'm holding my trophy. It's the only trophy I have for Fight Night, the $1 Million Heist. We won some others. My category obviously didn't get it because I'd had that motherfucker right here and right there and right there and right there. But I know the NAACP awards are coming up, and I want to shout out in advance. They have the largest nominations for the Oscars, which is Sinners. But I want to shout them out in advance because your time is now. I love you in real life. Tell somebody about this episode. Tell them about the Kenny Burns Show. Like, share, comment, and come on back. Be sure to subscribe. Peace! Oh, sorry. Go to Tiffany. We got to say our thing. Ron, get your ass up. Get up. Get up. Let's go. Come on, Ron. Turn the camera around. On the count of 3, ladies and gentlemen. This is how I be coming to hug Tiffany. She be like, what's wrong with you?
Shut up.
Why are you holding me? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. The dream is real. Pretty
Bye,
Ricky out tomorrow.
Peace.